on SmackDown, WWE had an ending in mind that tickled me. How about we put it like that? It piqued my interest a little bit. Because we just talked a second ago about revisionist history, right? Revisionist history. I remember the pipe bomb promo very vividly. And I think I've said it on this podcast before, and I'll say it again here for prosperity. I love CM Punk. I love his promos. I love his matches. I've been a CM Punk fan long before he ever became to WWE. My brother can confirm. We used to watch that motherfucker's Ring of Honor videos all the time. I've always been a fan of CM Punk. And the one thing that I always tell people, and they always look at me funny, and I've said it here on the show, I believe. I can't remember exactly which episode, but I know I've said it on the show. That pipe bomb promo from 2011, I still feel is like, it's not one of his best promos at all. You know, we just talked a second ago about The Rock catching lightning in a bottle with that Nation promo. I still don't understand how that promo was lightning in the bottle. He didn't really... I look at that promo and I don't look at it like, damn, he was tearing it up that night. What a fucking promo. I really felt that one. I'm not going to go so far as to say I didn't like it, but I feel like it's one of the most overrated promos he's ever done.
Do you think it's one of his better WWE promos?
No, I wouldn't put that promo in my top 10 of his promos. I for the life of me, I could never understand why that was the one that people...
Can you explain to me why it's called Pipe Bomb?
Okay.
I don't know much about it. And you sent me a message saying, new pipe bomb or some shit. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? So then I watched it, and I'm like, I'm waiting for a move.
Oh.
So I thought Punk was going to do a move. So this how stupid I am. I know you veteran listeners are going to be like, what the fuck? Why is this guy even talking about this if he doesn't know what that is? But I thought it was a move. So when he started talking, and then you sent me the clip, and I'm like, see, this is kind of cool because I can reference it.
Yes,
like,
that's why I
know what you're referring to. And I thought like the side by side was really cool, and I was like, okay, that's sick. But I could imagine if you already knew the promo before.
Yes,
I could imagine like that shit was hot.
Right.
What are your you didn't like it?
No, I think you just hit the nail on the head right now. How many people watching the program right now remember the promo from 2011? I'm going to go on a limb and say not many. That's why I sent you that clip of the person who spliced it together so that you could see the very close similarities between the two promos. I think saying that I don't like that promo is too strong because it wasn't like I disliked it. I hate the hype of that promo. Now, the reason why we keep using the word pipe bomb is because, and this is another reason why I feel like I probably don't like it as much as a lot of other people, is because a lot of that promo I've heard before. He did a very similar promo in Ring of Honor where he used some of that stuff. He reused it in this promo for WWE, which is smart. A lot of those people who were watching that program don't watch Ring of Honor, but I did at the time. So one of his biggest criticisms of himself or his career is that a lot of people don't give him the opportunity to talk on the microphone and to cut promos, which is where he feels his strength is, which is true. At the time, when he was coming into WWE, although they did think he was a pretty good promo because they gave him an opportunity to speak on occasion, they didn't think he was that kind of promo where he demanded the mic every time he was out there. So there's a line in the promo that he used in Ring of Honor that he used again on WWE where he says, he points to the microphone and he says, in most people's hands, this is a microphone, but in my hands, it's a pipe bomb. And he's saying that he's able to use that microphone to cause destruction against anybody that he works against. That's the ideology behind pipe bomb. And ever since he said that, every motherfucker on earth, on the indies and every other company have now used the term pipe bomb whenever they think they're having a really cool promo moment. And so that's why now they've been using the word pipe bomb. That's where the pipe bomb part comes in. But back to the segment at hand. So, again, another thing that people don't remember is that CM Punk... Oh, I haven't told anybody this. I told you this. They started mimicking each other's the previous program a few weeks ago when they first started this. When Punk looked at John and said, I have a lot of things I have to get off my chest, which is a repeat from the original Pipe Bomb promo. And then he said something along the lines of, let's see if you're more Red Sox than you are Yankees, which John smirked at because he remembered the promo battle they had back when Punk literally was the underdog. And he was the guy fighting the establishment in John Cena. And he said, you are no longer the underdog. Punk told Cena, you're no longer the underdog. You're the establishment now. You are the guy here. You're no longer the Boston Red Sox. Now you've become what you hate. You are the New York Yankees. And that was a big burn in 2011. It wasn't a big burn in 2025. But he said it again, and it sparked my memory of the promo. And I actually tweeted at CM Punk, at John Cena, and I said, it's kind of funny that he said that to you because John's doing right now what Punk was trying to do in 2011. Punk's contract was up and he was going to leave, and he wanted to leave with the WWE Championship, and he had a match with John, and the whole promo battle between the two of them was that I'm going to beat you for the championship, and then when I do, I'm going to leave the company with the title, and I'm going to be the last WWE champion. I'm going to bring it with me. John's doing the same thing literally word for word right now. So I pointed that out on Twitter, tagged them both. Next thing I know, on television, Punk's taking credit for John Cena stealing his best material and does the whole deal. I was like, there you go. I like to think I'm steering him in the right direction. And all of a sudden, they took it a step further. I didn't tell these motherfuckers to start ripping off old promos. I just said it was funny to mention it. I didn't think they were going to actually sit here and mimic literally everything. When Punk cut his pipe bomb promo, John got put through a table and sold it like he was in a coma. Because he just laid in that table for forever and just laid there while Punk spoke for like a whole hour. They did the same thing here. John put Punk through a table and Punk laid there like he was literally on his deathbed and just sat there listening while John cut the promo. So everything, every minute detail, John kind of freestyled a little bit of it, but kept pretty much the same tenor and tone of the original goddamn promo. And normally I'd be really into this stuff because it's more of that, if you know kind of promo. Like you said earlier, like you weren't really sure what all that meant when I was sending it to you. I think there's more people who felt like you watching this than who felt like me. I don't think that, personally, I don't get the vibe there were a lot of people that knew what the hell he was even talking about. Even something as simple as like when he looked at the camera and said, "Hey, Claudio Castagnoli." And like there was some ooh, and then there was some that were like, "Oh, who's Claudio?" And then there was, the Nick Nemeths and the Matt Cardonas, and I'm breaking the fourth wall, which is everything from that previous promo. This was very much...
I'm glad you said that. That was the most cringe during the promo.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I was like, okay, I understand what you're doing. It just felt weird. But then when I saw it side by side...
Yeah, Punk did it too.
I'm like, oh, okay, that made sense. Okay, but it would have hit better.
Punk's was...
if I knew that he was mimicking him.
Yeah, Punk's was just as cringe. Don't worry about it. I didn't like it when he did it in 2011. I'm telling you, in 2011 when he did it, I didn't like it either because I think that's another reason why I didn't like that promo, because when Punk cut his promo, how can I say this? He came across as the kind of guy that was trying to look out for other people, but still sounded like a selfish asshole. Like, I don't know how to explain that. Like, he's mentioning other people, like when he used the line, because again, you don't remember the promo, but there's a line where he goes, I'm the best in the world. I've been the best since day one. When I walked in, I just cut my mic off. When I walked into this company and no one wanted to admit it, and then all of a sudden I started getting heat for being, for people, the person who saw something in me was Paul Heyman. And he goes, "That's right, I'm a Paul Heyman guy," which is where that started. And he goes, "You know who else is a Paul Heyman guy? Brock Lesnar," which was a taboo name to mention at the time because they were in the middle of a lawsuit. And he said, and he split just like I'm splitting, but when I split, I'm splitting with the WWE Championship. So it's all shoot, and then he hits us with the fucking work at the end, which is his usual formula. The problem is once again, all inside. If you don't, like when he looks at the camera and he goes, "Hey, Colt Cabana, how you doing?" If you don't know who the fuck Colt Cabana is, because remember, in WWE, he wasn't Colt Cabana, he was Scotty Goldman. So unless you know Colt Cabana, or you know the Independents, or you know Ring of Honor, or you have some frame of reference to Japanese wrestling or anything like that, you don't know who the fuck this is. You get surrounded by a consistent parade of ass kissers and this, so, and the fourth. And this promo with John was to mimic that. And he did a good job. I actually liked, it's so funny, I liked John's more than I liked Punk's. Because at least I know where John was coming from with that. Even when John dropped the line, "Don't forget who gave you the platform for your pipe bomb, Punk." Which is true. John was the one who was laying in the ring. So they're going back and forth, and we're seeing more out of John with the promos, and you can kind of, I'm starting to get a vibe on who he really wants to work with and who he really doesn't, because he gets hyped for the people that he's promoting that he really wants to promo with, and then not so hyped for the people he really kind of doesn't. He's hyped to wrestle Punk right now, and I'm all for it. I've been dying to see these guys one more time. Unfortunately, I hate that it's going to be in Saudi Arabia, because I think this was an opportunity to do something really cool. I was kind of really rooting for this shit to be at SummerSlam. Because I was like, come on, baby. I'm going to be at SummerSlam. Now, the fucked up part is it's the WWE Championship, so even if it was, let's say, the main event of SummerSlam, it ain't going to be my night. I'm night one. That match would definitely be night two. But still, I would like to see it in a stadium-like atmosphere. That'd be really cool. But as much as I would love to see this match in its entirety, and as much as I would love to see this match happen one last time, we get to say goodbye to essentially both of these guys, because I don't know how much longer Punk thinks he's going to be doing this.